minutes to master, tools to explore. Let your imagination soar like never before. AI Tool Time with Rick McCarly, where your digital dreams come true.
One lounge. Ignition.
All right, so here we are. So this is Google NotebookLM, and if you didn't see the previous video, you basically add your sources here. So this is my play. This is my Year Without Summer about Frankenstein and Dracula. Talked about it before. You can come in here and add sources. So you can upload any of these file formats. You can go right to your Google Drive and pull stuff right off of that. And if you're paying that $10 a month or $20 a month, you can get 300 sources. You can also take a YouTube video and it transcribes the entire YouTube video and pops it right in there, every single word. Then websites, Google Drive, copy text. Holy cow. Then if you're doing something really deep, you come over here and you say, search for deep research. So if you were to try to study about, tell me all about all large language models, you could just come in here, put a prompt in there, and it will literally find you 50 at a time. Or if you do a regular search, it'll search the web, or it'll search from your Google Drive or whatever. It'll research everything that you've ever put together. And then here in the middle, you've got your chat. This is Google Gemini, right? And you've got a citation of where it came from. So here is the overall interpretation of Year Without Summer, musical, existential, Hamilton-esque work intended to challenge modern society by showing the monsters born from a climate catastrophe 2 centuries ago are now metaphors for self-created crisis of our present. And there's the line that comes from the paper that I wrote. This is my 99 summer catalog PDF talking about it. Ask any questions you want. It'll offer some questions down here. How did climate change impact this horror movie? It starts to answer that. Okay, then you've got your audio overviews. I hope you're familiar with that. Video overviews. You've got your mind maps, which looks like this. And there's where you can go in, click on this. So there's the place, the challenge, the circle of people. So here's Percy Shelley, Mary Shelley, then Godwin, Lord Byron, who was the leader of this entire thing. There's John Pomodori. And if I go right here, it'll enter into the way that it starts to ask questions about that information. Boom. Now it's scanning that through all my sources, my grounded truth. That's crazy, right? And there's 54 sources. So now it's answering that. So let me go back. So the studio is audio overviews, video overviews, mind maps, reports, flashcards, quizzes. The reports also give you the ability to pick if you want to do a blog post, a study guide, a briefing document. And then it shows up suggestions it has. You can literally click on any of these, a thematic report, comparative analysis, character profile. Ooh, I want to do that. And then it's going to go make that for you right here. All right, the 2 new things, this one, infographic. I click on that, and right now you can get a very detailed infographic. You tell it what style and what you want to know. That's how I created all the stuff you just saw a minute ago. Holy cow. I'm out of credits or else I'd do it right now. Second thing, a slide deck. I'm going to show you what these are. So you basically print a detailed slide deck or clean visual slides with key talking points while you speak. That's a presenter. Of course, I want the detailed because then you come down here and say, I want to use Nana Banana. I want to have it be comprehensive illustrations, infographic illustrations of the concepts, key concepts, and ideas across the 20 pages. All right, so that's kind of cool. So what's also cool about it, let's say that you used a prompt to get you a really good audio overview. So here's what I use. This should be a pitch deck for Lin-Miranda talking about the next Hamilton, Hamilton being the birthplace of our country, the Year Without Summer being the next play, blah, blah, blah. So here's what I actually copied and pasted in there. I just said what I wanted to know. When I did that, it created this audio video overview using Nana Banana. I'm going to show you in a second. But what I could also do is come up here and say, I could take that information. So I could view that custom prompt, copy, close it, come up here. Let me see if I have anything I can put in here and paste. Wow. Do I have credits? Ooh, we got my credits back. Okay. But I'm going to show you what it did. So first of all, it did the audio overview. Okay. What's cool about this? Okay. So that's pretty cool, right? And it makes the whole audio overview. They're typically about 7 minutes in length. And it talks about all the details of the play. And it comes up with, you can pick your style. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Let me go back and then take a look at this. This is my 4-act play. I said, give me an infographic about the 4 acts in my play. First, the event in Geneva where Lord Byron said to them, let's make scary monsters. So they dueled together. That would be the creation of Frankenstein and Dracula. At the time it was called Vampire. Bram Stoker turned it into Dracula. That's our birthplace of Frankenstein's monster. And then in after they make these archetypes, those 2 archetypes go out throughout their lives, and here they go. So Frank becomes a weapon. So every generation he's made a super soldier, and he's sacrificed, and he's built from all the dead body parts of sacrificed soldiers. Mothers who gave up for the greater good. Jack takes power and goes with it. And then you've got Act 3. So all of a sudden, Jack is the president of the United States after running for election. Frank is relieved of his duty because he's been cloned. All super soldiers are now AI robots and drones, etc. And so he's born and he's able to have a child with Melody. His child's name is Phoenix. And then we go to the final act. Do you want to choose between one or the other? Okay, so that's it. That's my musical in a nut graph. But what's extraordinary, and you will not believe this, I swear to you, you won't. This is just from the same prompt. So this is the idea. The war that has always been, the archetype of Jack and Frank, is the battle between CEOs, kings, and dictators and tech gods who wore different masks but drank from the same chalice, power without love. This is not just a story, it's a reckoning, a gospel of the future. So, where did this take place? In 1815. Take a look at everything is spelled perfectly. This is freaking Nana Banana. The Mount Tambora erupted, put the entire planet Earth for a year into no sun. So the year without sun is the year without summer is this. So it was cold it was snowing all over the world in the summertime. And then the people are dying. 100,000 people died. If you know about the world starved, so if you know about the potato famine, that's what happened. And then they're writing a ghost story. For God's sakes, what's going on? So the song is called "Who Will Call Our Names." It's about the people that died, while these rich people are deciding what the fate of the world's going to be and what we should fear. So here's the idea. So this is beautiful. So when I present this, if I get a chance to, anybody know Lin Miranda, just tell him I got to play for him. That's the next Hamilton, but better. And it's going to be put in the spheres around the world. So she had 4 miscarriages. And she was only, I mean, she was young. So this portrait makes her look like she's really old, might be a little bit older. I dreamed that my little baby came to life again. They had only been cold and that we rubbed it with the fire and it lived, awake and finding no baby. She lost her mother in childbirth, right? So this is this grief-stricken woman who writes about what she knew. And then Lord Byron's physician, John Pomodori, models his creature after the aristocratic predator that he served for, Lord Byron. So it was actually about him. It was not a polite thing. And originally he was quite ugly. And then, of course, Lord Byron was, the toast of the town. So that's kind of weird. So what's Frankenstein? He's the giver, born of the corpses of fallen soldiers and the grief of a mother. He represents the sacred feminine principle, empathy, nurturing, remembrance. He is the repository of every sacrifice ever made. I give more than I take. This is a word from the song. I build, I dream. For 7 generations, I plant the seed. That's my first character. Who's my second character? You guessed it, Jack, the immortal aristocrat of hunger. He's the taker, an eternal predator born of privilege and conquest. He represents the alpha male destruction paradigm, consumption, exploitation, and the belief that only the strong deserve to survive. From consuming blood to devouring data, his hunger is eternal. And then you get to see second act. This is them throughout history. So Frank has to die over and over again and be rebuilt by scientists to become a super soldier in every generation. And then what does Jack do? He becomes a slave owner in America. He becomes an industrialist in the robber baron era. He becomes an underground Nazi, becomes president. And then we get to decide what we do with this. And so, what is the science behind Frank's change over time? The technology of the day. Galvanism was the Mr. Galvin would show in the 1800s, he would put electrical current to a severed arm and the fingers would move. So they also learned how to do blood transfusions in 1818. So this is my research that I did, and I never really put everything together until I saw this graphic, and I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. So in 1996, the mammalian cloning basically allowed him to get his wife when he died. His heart remembered Melanie. She was then sped up in time to be his wife, and they had a child. So they re-engineered all of his body parts. And then he gets a neural implant in 2025. Elon Musk, thank you very much for doing that. That's for real. And now he's going to become the machine of loving grace. Or you can pick the other one. So his whole idea, science perfected his body, a fight to reclaim his soul. He's a super soldier. And then there's Jack, masters of every form, makes the stock market. And then there's a glimmer of paradise. And then the song, Good Night, My Phoenix, is sung. And then the battle is announced. And then what you have to do is think about, we're no longer discussing fiction. We're assembling a complex intelligence from desperate parts. The question is not if it will awaken, but what it will be. The emotional intelligence, the reality check, the machine of loving grace. Don't you want that? That takes care of you? He says goodnight to Phoenix because he has to go off and serve humanity. Or do you want Jack, a tech mogul and presidential candidate, offers the other choice? You ask for me. People want a king. Kiss the ring. I am what you asked for. He brings dominance, efficiency, order, and a promise of safety and security in exchange for submission. And so that's the questions we have. And these are quotes from the plays, songs. And the story ends, the choice begins. One monster offers a future built on sacrifice and grace. The other offers the king we have always known. You have seen the choice presented on the stage. Now help us put it on the world's stage. And so this is actually from my plea, an existential Hamilton for the AI age. The Year Without Summer blends historical roots with an urgent contemporary threat. Like Hamilton, it reuses a revolutionary musical language to re-examine our origins and confront our future. It addresses the most pressing question of our time. As artificial intelligence outpaces us, who will we choose as our God? An overlord or an ally? The Year Without Summer. That's the final question. So here's the story. These are the songs. Who Will Call My Name? Mary Shelley's Lament. The Blood of the Overlords. The Grace in the Machine. Phoenix Bedtime Stories. The Battle of Dominion or Grace. Kiss the Ring. Frankenstein's Promise. And the Observer's Questions. And the invitation is, this is your invitation. This is from me. I am the author. I wrote this from my bedroom using AI, observing Mary and Pomodori's original intent to grapple with the scientific and moral questions of our age. Now we must do the same for ours. Lin Miranda, Hamilton changed how we see our past. This is a chance to change how we see our future, to reduce it, refine it, and change the world again. To our future partners, join us, fund this thing, produce it. Let's make this choice resonate globally. The seventh generation will sing of what you became. Whew. Okay. That's me. That's me. That's significantly 10,000 hours of thinking and writing and going over. You could just see this is just some of the documents that, and some of the historical references that I did by searching for those references. So it's me searching for this. And then it's just an elegant way that it put these ideas. So I redid it. And so take a look. It just made this version of it. And this is the same story, but with a completely different look and feel. So I directed the last one to be a Gothic style illustration. And there you go. That's Elon Musk on the right, by the way, if you didn't notice it, because it's aware of everything. Gemini 3.0 and Google Nano Banana inside of Notebook LM took all knowledge of everything about this idea and put it together in this eloquent, beautiful way to express these ideas. Born of catastrophe, disease, and despair, the global impact. And then here they are, and there's the characters. Differently written because I prompted it differently. And then here's the parts. And then I could put this together because this is a PDF. The only thing I would love is to have it editable. So what I did is I exported the PDF. The words are all spelled right, so it's all there. And I can just keep iterating until I get it. Then I exported them all, and I'll show you the PowerPoint presentation I did. So I'm going to go a little bit long tonight. And Brandon, happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy. And I'm glad for you every single day. Meeting certain people in your life, you know, that this is, it got my phone number wrong at the bottom. But like what a difference this is rather than the other one. And I could sit there and do the same thing. So the cool thing that you should do if you want to do this is look at the custom prompt. Take a look at what you did, and you can copy that. So if you like the consistency of the art style that you got, look up what art styles you want. I wanted a Gothic look and feel because it's 1800s, right? And I wanted to have that vintage look of paper, etc. So this time I did it differently. So this describes the pitch deck for Lin Miranda, and it's based upon this information. So I've done the outline and the stories and all that kind of stuff. And then now it can reevaluate that. Let me go take a look at some other ones. Here is Google Notebook. Here's just some of the topics I've been working on. And then let's take a look at, here's my really cool, this is Gemini. So today I ran out of credits, so I decided to do my life product. So I've got that going on here too. And I also have in ChatGPT, let's see if I can then go back out, take a look at what projects I'm working on. So I think I have Plato's Complete Works, Internet's Information War. So what do we know about that? So there's the information graphic about reclaiming truth, the trust in the Republican Party, and trust in the news. So here's ways to get back that code of conduct that was put in place. So in the 1994, it used to be that every news organization had to prove why they deserved a license from the FTC. That got rid of it. Anyway, so that's the graphic that comes from that bunch of knowledge you see over here on the left. And then here's the questions. And then you have also here, there is the conversation, a war in reality. And this is just a beautiful 20-point slideshow about fake news and the loss of confidence in our institutions. And who has the confidence? This is data. This is the real thing. This is a thesis level production and art speak. Look at the beautiful illustrations. Information overload is causing a fragmentation of the self. The relentless flood of conflicting, decontextualized information is not just a societal problem, it's a profound psychological effect. The phenomenon is being described as the narrative fragmentation disorder, NFD. This is a college course right here that's been researched, verified with citations. Of course, you have to clean the data on the way in, which I did. So I only brought in data I knew was correct from reliable sources. I didn't bring in junk. I usually start with a thesis about some important paper that's just been released by Claude's Anthropic, let's say. And they tried to test out what are the problem areas. And I have a political science degree for the University of Florida. I've got an MA in photography, so I've done stuff on that. And I'm a lifelong learner. And I've never learned as much as I have by just using this tool and seeing what it comes up with. And what a beautiful thing that is, right? So all knowledge, you can then go in there and then you can create these searches for the deep dive in that. And I'm going to go over John Berger and Susan Sontag. I want to go into that more. Adobe's copyright. Oh, check this one out. This one's insane. So ownership of generational wealth. This is the one I've been talking about for a long time. How do we monetize it? What is it? Creators? How I made that. I own that. How do I get paid? Guess what? Adobe has C2PA, blockchain. So there's the nutrition label, Content Authenticity Initiative by Adobe. And then I'm suggesting, what if you got automated micropayments? You had a bank that you had. And then what if that economic future is you can prove its human authorship and origins of value, and then take the music and the film, tag it, use blockchain to put it into the bank. So the Copyright Office is generational wealth. Your music, like Taylor Swift's music, is generationally funding 7 years after her death. Her artwork will be given to her grandchildren if she has them, and great grandchildren. 70 years after her death, they will enjoy the economic windfall of her intellectual property. That's not true of everybody else, but it can be today. Direct to market distribution, even for the cheap spell. So everything can be fingerprinted using this original blockchain idea. And then let's make that our economy. So that's just the start thing. Then I went over here, and this is what it created. Holy cow. From corporate slavery to creative sovereignty. There is Prince with the word slave, which he actually did. I can't believe it actually made a picture of. I forever on Nana Banana, the first version, tried to get it to do a good, reasonable rendition of Prince with the word slave on it. I just put my content in. It didn't even ask a question. It just did it. And there's Napster moment where all of the friction of getting music to the public disappeared overnight. And what did the artists from music do about it? So this is, as a visual learner, the richest way you could possibly tackle extraordinary ideas. I've done 150 of these deep dives already. And I'm going to every day for the rest of my life just keep making more. And if you want these, I'm going to put them on a website and allow you as a professor about any subject to take this along with outlines, tests, grades, and then go up there and just get knowledge your own that I've designed for you. I'm creating a library like Alexandra could only dream of true, certified. And I'll ask every educator to use AI in this way to get knowledge in the hands of visual learners, audio learners, and people that need to be helped in understanding through metaphor, through Socratic methods of debate. Let's
Hey, Rick.
change how we educate the future.
Hey,
Are you
Rick.
getting going? Yeah.
I'm loving this. This is great. But I think those dinosaurs have a better chance of surviving this tool time than your voice. So it might be time to land that plane and
Okay.
hydrate, my friend.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna say goodnight to you all. And but like this is what I'm gonna present to Adobe. This is literally everything that I'm suggesting, everything that I put into my ideas, the monetization steps, the way to use this. Look at this beautiful illustration. I mean, this is just like she becomes the champion. And there's Billie Eilish. The greatest gift Adobe can give to humanity is ownership. And they've already done it. And just help them get the rest of the way. So that's what a spectacular tool this is. This is knowledge. This is your access to all knowledge from all humanity. And I thank you for your time. And happy Thanksgiving to you all and to the world.